Praising God for full redemption, salvation.
Now, while Hezekiah didn't deny the seriousness of his situation, note this, friends, he didn't pretend that his problems were bigger than his God either. Look at these words in 2 Kings 19, verse 15. Lord, the God of Israel, enthroned between the cherubim, you alone are God over all the kingdoms of the earth. You have made heaven and earth. Now, I've actually done these devotions a little backwards this week because Hezekiah started with these words about God's greatness and then spoke about the difficulties he was facing. That's a good way to pray. Come to God and proclaim His greatness and strength first, and then in light of that, you acknowledge the seriousness of the situation. I think the order is important. If we just come to God and moan and complain, it's pointless. But if we bring our moans and complaints to God in faith, declaring that we believe Him greater than the troubles we're facing, this puts us in a good frame of mind. Think about your recent prayers. Have they been so focused on your troubles and worries that you've forgotten to declare God's greatness? I like the way Hezekiah did it. He said that God is enthroned between the cherubim, a picture of God's great position on the throne in control. This would have given him confidence remembering God this way. And then he says, you alone are God over all the kingdoms of the earth. You have made heaven and earth. And so he's reminding himself here that even a powerful nation like Assyria is no match for God. God is great. God is stronger. Let me ask us today, are our prayers filled with such words of faith? If someone had to be a fly on the wall of our prayer spaces, would they hear words similar to these words that Hezekiah spoke? There is great power in this type of prayer, my friends. There is power in declaring in faith that God is greater than your enemies. I want to encourage us today to go to God in prayer, to spread our problems out before Him, yes, and then to spend much time in praise and worship with words such as these. Just the other day, in fact, Shireen and I were reading a psalm, and at the end of the day, she said the psalm really got me through the day because whenever I wanted to get mad or whatever it was, I would praise. I would use the words of the psalm to praise, and that helped me. In fact, Jesus even taught us to pray this way, to pray, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Isn't that exactly what Hezekiah did? Exalting God's name in faith? May it be that you and I do the same in our prayers, lifting God up in praise all the time and believing that He is greater than what we are facing.
Yes, my soul.